Hello, welcome to the third session for Customer Discovery Workshop. In this session, we'll focus on the customer discovery technique. In the previous session, we talked about the mindset you have to go in, why we actually have to keep our ears and eyes open. This is very, very important. You don't want to drive a car without actually observing where you're going. Similarly, you don't want to build a company without fully understand who you are solving the problem with and who the customer will actually eventually pay you to establish the business. To fully understand the customer, not only from technical point of view, but also socially and emotionally, will help you bypass a lot of the marketing expenses. They will help you to actually promote your product in the long run as well. Some techniques we want to talk about in this session is really to help you to fully understand the customer and their needs. There are different ways of doing market research. You can conduct qualitative research to understand the meaning of customer statements, what kind of problem they have, and why they're having the problem. And that's a really foundation before you can go further. Once you understand the motivations, the needs, and the reason why they have problems and why they may need a solution, and most importantly, why they would actually pay for that solution, then you can conduct a quantitative research to find out if there are repeatable markets out there having the similar needs and similar desires, and more importantly, how important that needs are. You cannot do one research without the other. It's very important to uncover the meanings first, then try to figure out how big that need is. I want to introduce a few common primary market research or PMR techniques. The techniques you can use are basically can be classified in three themes. You can either think like a customer, you can be a customer, or you can observe and ask your customer. Third theme, you can observe them, you can conduct interviews. In the second theme, you can be a customer yourself, be fully immersed. You can also use technologies such as landing page and web analytics to help you to gather more information at scale. We can talk about this more in details. Observation is very important because you can actually fully engage customer and see how they actually act in their operational environment. For consumer-based business, you can go to a store, for example, to observe how customers shop and understand if there are any difficulties you can help. Be aware in different settings, if you're observing customers and if they are aware they're being observed, they may behave differently. For example, if you're trying to solve a problem for doctors and you're trying to observe in the operation room, it's very important you spend lots of time so then they ultimately treat you as part of the team, so then they will not behave differently when you're around. Immersion is another way that you can learn about your customer. In this way, you fully embrace yourself as a customer. It's best when you yourself has a similar needs that the products you're building can actually solve a problem for yourself. But be very conscious about the information you can get from this, because ultimately your data point of one. But you can do the immersion really, really well by fully experiencing the customer problem. So for example, you know that the travel booking experience is broken. Before you can actually build a solution, you go and find out all the current solutions and try all of them out, identify what are the problems of those solutions. So then you can fully experience the frustration and the need for a new solution yourself. It will help you to actually build rapport when you go talk to potential customers as well. There are some technologies that will help you to speed up your customer discovery process as well. For example, landing page is a really good way to quickly test out what people are looking for, how you can communicate with them, and once given a certain knowledge, how the customers will behave. A good tool is to actually use HubSpot and build up a few different versions of landing page. You can test out different message, product value proposition, and pricing schemes with different customer groups to find out how they will behave and what they will do. It's important to know that when you do such things, make sure you present different offerings to different groups so that you can actually have A/B testing instead of having different options to the same group customers. This is extremely important when you're testing for pricing strategy, because we know everyone will choose the more economical offering. So you will now get good customer feedback, and oftentimes you will leave money on the table. Web analytics is similarly to landing page. You will be able to use a lot of tools to pull information. For example, Google Trends or Amazon's back-end data analytics service. You can actually analyze how consumers are engaging with current solutions and marketplace, and what are they searching for and what they need. All of those ways are a little bit more time consuming and resources consuming as well. For entrepreneurs, there are some other ways are more economically viable and have the greatest payback for the entrepreneurs. Those are what I called the detailed interviews and cart sorting techniques. These two will help you to build a direct connection with customers, get unbiased information, which will serve as almost liquid gold and fuel for your company going forward. And they cost almost nothing except your time. So those are the more preferred methods, and if you can do it, focus on them. For now, we'll want to end this session. To summarize, we reviewed the reason why you have to keep your eyes and ears open so then you can understand your customers. And we went through a few common customer discovery techniques and why we have to use interview to find out customer meaning and use cart sorting to prioritize customer needs.